There is a fountain full of grace that flows from Emmanuel's veins. Oh, yes, it does. There is a fountain so full of grace that flows from my Savior's veins. See, I know, 'cause it came and it healed me. It came and refreshed me. It came and washed my sins away. Okay, I'm gonna get carried away. So, hello. Welcome to another week of Testimony Tuesday. I was feeling that jam, okay? Yeah. How are you? I hope you're okay. I hope your week has been going well. And I do hope that you have something to rejoice about today. This week, I'm going to share with you a testimony about seasons, okay? I remember when I was in university a while ago, that was in Jamaica. I remember being at a prayer meeting and walking up to this girl who she came in the chapel and she looked so broken. She looked like, she just really wanted somebody to pray with her. And I mean, she came to the chapel, it was prayer meeting, and it was just the perfect place for her to be. That's where broken people come. And I remember walking up to her and hugging her as I felt led and praying for her. And I just felt this heaviness. And so I called some more of my friends to come and help me pray with her and for her. And after we finished praying and prayer meeting was over, it was an all-night prayer meeting. So by the next morning, she came up to me and she said, "Thank you for saving my life." And I'm like, "Girl, me is not Jesus. He did not save your life. I just pray for you as I felt led." And she said she was actually on the brink of committing suicide, but she felt led to come to chapel, and then she was telling herself that if nobody noticed her, she was just gonna leave and it was just gonna be whatever. But then I came up to her and it gave her hope, or whatever it was. She felt like God heard her, and I really thanked God that He could have used me for something so great, and then I decided that, what, I want to stay connected to this person. So we exchanged numbers and we started spending some more time together. I used every opportunity I had to just encourage her. She started coming to chapel more, and like I said, we started spending more time together and so forth. And then this was probably about my third year, and then by final year we would have been spending a lot of time together for at least over a year. We grew close, shared moments with each other, and so forth. And then I remember in my final year, she was at a better place mentally, emotionally, all of that, and then she started dating. And I remember thinking to myself, I would not want you to date that particular guy that you are so into, but you know what? It's not my business. And there's a saying that says you can't tell big man say rain or fall. So I decided that it wasn't my place, but I would still, based on the relationship that we had, I would still share with her whatever concerns I had. And so I did share my concerns with her, and she decided that no, she didn't care. He wasn't saved. He wasn't even interested in being saved. And he wanted her to be going to parties and whatever. And she just said, yo, that's the guy she loves. That's the guy she's really into. And I said, okay, that's fine. But I personally don't support it. I don't support you going to parties. I don't support you knowing that you are indulging in things that you shouldn't be indulging in as a Christian. um and that's just not how it works. It doesn't, you don't, we do it, but it's not supposed to happen where we just come to God when we're on our face, and then once he puts us at a better place, then we forget him. And I mean, me did not carry feelings for Jesus, but I mean, God is so much more gracious than we are. But the long and short of it is that eventually we faded. I don't know what happened. I, even though I brought up the issue with the boyfriend thing, I don't even think that that was it, because we still used to hang out, but I just never entertained conversations about the guy. But then I realized that gradually we faded. We weren't texting each other as often. We weren't hanging out anymore, and so forth. And I remember feeling some type of way, because I was like, did I do something wrong? But I just didn't know what I did. Like, I was like, I don't know. And then eventually we just stopped talking altogether. And I couldn't help but feel like I maybe had messed up another friendship that I was hoping that would last, or continue to blossom and bloom into something more past university. But then the Lord gave me a revelation that as long as the earth remains, seasons will always be there. And these seasons are not necessarily seasons in terms of what we're experiencing in our lives, but also people. So people can be seasonal. And I remember one time I had said to one of my friends that every friend that I have needs to have a purpose in my life. And he said, that doesn't sound right because it makes you sound like a user. And I said, no, but if I have friends and they don't serve any purpose, then what's the point? It may be that as my friend, your purpose is to make me laugh. There's some friends that no matter what I do, once I'm having a conversation with them, it's just gonna be jokes. And then there's some friends that just reel me in. Then there are other friends that really encourage me. And I had to realize that it wasn't because something was wrong with me or something was wrong with her. We were in each other's life for a season. God put me in her life for a season when she needed me, and the season was over. So what about you? Are there anybody, persons in your life that just came in your life and then it felt like they disappeared? It felt like things just faded. You don't really know when, you don't know how, you can't really pinpoint a time or an event, but then you just know that you and that person grew apart. It's not your fault. People are in your life for seasons, and that is totally okay. So my encouragement to you this week is to understand seasons and to honor them. Not just in terms of seasons in your life. We know this, nothing lasts forever, right? We know that whether you're happy or you're going through a rough season or you're going through a tough season, if you're going through fire, if you're going through flood, whatever it is, none of that lasts forever. But understand that there's some people that also don't last forever, okay? And that's okay. That's totally okay. It's okay that people will come in your life, and they will come in your life to bless you. There are people that will come in your life to teach you. There are people that will come in your life even to hurt you, so that it can toughen you up. Whatever the reason why people come in your life, I don't want you to ever beat up on yourself and to think that you did something wrong or it's your fault. And the other thing is that we sometimes we take on things. We take on people's, I don't even know what the word is. Like, if somebody makes a mistake or does something wrong, it's not your fault. And if you had encouraged somebody not to go down that path and they still went down that path and they made an error or whatever, it's not your fault. You couldn't have done anything differently. So yes, that it's a little different, but I think somebody needs to know. Somebody needs to be reminded that people are also seasonal, and it's totally okay for people to come in your life and to come out of your life, and no strings attached, no hard feelings, serve them purpose in your life, and you move on. It's okay. I just saw it go. All right. So I'm sure you can think of many examples in the Bible that these things happen. Jesus came in the lives of the people that he spent time with, his disciples, for a purpose and for a season, and then he left. Mind you, he sent the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, but he left the person. Jesus left because he had done his season, he had done his time, and it was time for him to go, and that's okay. So that is my encouragement to you this week. And the thought that I want to leave with you this week is honor your season. Yeah, honor your season. Whatever that may look like for you, just honor your season. All right. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful rest of week. February is almost done. I will see you guys again at the beginning of a new month, Lord willing. And I pray that you will make the best of the rest of the days that we have left in this month. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time.